Have you ever got in trouble for a video that you've ever posted?
Remember, catch flights, not feelings. There was a moment Joel Corey came out with a big old flamethrower.
Jesus.
And his shirt off. That was a random moment. That was great. God, this feels so weird talking about it as if it was a thing now. Like,
the tandem buggy in Benidorm.
Oh, yeah. Pimp My Ride.
Love Pimp My Ride.
And we spent 2 days in a public toilet in Margate.
Neighbourhood watch.
It was that.
I'll probably get in trouble if I said that.
Your mum loves a kitchen sign. I don't think we talk about airplanes enough.
Right, so today's episode, I'm speaking to one of the funniest people on the internet, presenter and social media superstar, Niall Gray.
There's a lot of S's in there.
A lot of S's. I just about got through that. Take 3, I think that was.
I counted 10. But what a lovely intro, though.
Yeah. How are you, mate? You all right?
Man, I'm good. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
You almost crashed your car on the way over here.
Did almost crash my car on the way here, yeah. The roundabouts and the closed roads were not helping me sort of near the Royal Docks. So
No. But it's good to see you alive.
it's good to see me here. Lovely studio, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, just moved into this about a week ago.
Yeah.
So this is the first bit of filming that's been done in here.
Really?
You've christened it nicely.
Taking the virginity, guys.
What's happened?
So we're going to talk more about like the production stuff later, but we met on a good friend of ours podcast, Isaac HP's podcast Beef, which is out now, so make sure that you go check that out as well. Love you, Isaac.
Great guy.
But we met because I was producing that episode.
Yes.
And I feel like, because I've seen you so much on social media, that I kind of weirdly know you as well.
Yeah, well, this is my first reaction when we met. I walked in there and you sort of introduced yourself. I was like, no, I know you. I know you from somewhere. I was convinced that we had met before. But in fact, I'd seen the stuff that you'd done on the radio. I think I'd come across your Instagram before. So that's where initially I recognised you from. And it was also like a family friend had mentioned you.
Yes. Well, I was going to say, so Harry, we won't give last names, but Harry was in my football team back in Harlow, which we're going to talk about very shortly. And we were called the Harchester Ducks.
Harchester.
Harchester.
I mean, that seems like a totally different place altogether. That sounds quite fancy, that does.
So it was from I think it was the Sky One series back in the day, Goal. They were called Harchester United.
Right.
And then, we were the Mighty Ducks. So
That's quite cute,
our
that, isn't
logo
it?
was a
So
little
sweet.
duck. So, it was great. So, me and Harry used to play centre-back together because I got too fat, decided that I was drinking more alcohol than I was fit. So, went for it.
I was going to ask, are you still playing? But
No.
by the sounds of it, no. You switched to the booze.
Switch to the booze, yeah. The most workouts that I'm getting at the moment is the whole pint arm curl. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. I remember that's how we originally met, and then it was on the podcast, I suppose. And now we're here. So it's a thrill.
Yeah.
I feel like within this radio world, you do just sort of know of everyone. And I always find it's so weird when you follow somebody for years and years, or you've seen their face, and then you finally meet in real life, and it's just sort of like, we don't even need to introduce ourselves. We go way back.
Yeah, we go way, way back.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, wild. Now, I always kick off the podcast asking what a random fact about you is, like something that nobody would ever know.
You know what? This has really frustrated me because I was having this conversation with someone recently, and I was like, I haven't been in that group environment where you got to go around the room, say your name and the fun fact about you. Because I was like, I never know my fun fact.
Yeah.
I never know what it is. Like when I was younger, it was, I learned how to juggle. So that was always what it was. And then I was sat there with this mate, and then it came to me, and I was like, you know what? That's going to be it. Next time somebody asks me, that's my fact.
And it's gone.
And I've forgotten it. And I probably put it in a note on my phone. But no, I can think of something.
Yeah.
I can think of something. Give me about an hour to think of it.
This is the extended cut.
Yeah, the director's cut. A fun fact. A fun fact. This is like when you say a woman's name. I don't know. I don't know any women. God, that's great. Yeah, fun fact. Already know the time and the place.
You're an Olivia Dean's tribute act.
That's just that. I tell you what. No, that's actually triggered something. And this is a fun fact, and this is an exclusive. Me and two mates of mine actually auditioned for Britain's Got Talent.
Stop, really?
No, X Factor.
No way.
because I am known for my beautiful voice.
Okay.
You can tell.
I did hear. Yeah.
But no, yeah, so we auditioned for X Factor years ago and we got through the producers' rounds because when we were in college, I think one of our assignments was really weird, but it was like to make a band.
Right, yeah.
So we did that, we made a band, and then there was somebody that I met at a party once and they happened to be a producer on the X Factor. And I was telling them like, oh yeah, you know, me and a couple of mates were singing at the moment. And he went, well, come in for an audition.
That is what, was it on telly?
It wasn't. Thank God it wasn't on TV. So we did do that. We did the producers round and got through that. And then the following year, I went and worked abroad. And my mates messaged me and they were like, oh my God, we've just been hit up again by the same producers to go and perform in front of the judges. But I was away. I was doing the summer season abroad in Mallorca.
Right.
So they were like, if it's all right with you, we're going to still do it anyway. So the other two mates, the snakes, they basically just did it without me. They auditioned in front of the X Factor judges, and I'm actually now really grateful that I wasn't there because at the time I was gutted.
Yeah.
But I would hate to see that footage now.
What was the like? I don't know. Obviously, it was only a very short period that you were there, but the whole X Factor experience, wild.
It is a bit mad, isn't it? I mean,
Because I heard there's a documentary coming out about it saying that you're taking part. Or?
yeah. Remember the band before 1D? That was us. But yeah, no, we. Oh my God, what did we do? I think we sung Katy Perry, "Teenage Dream."
Oh, that's so wholesome and white boy.
Isn't it? And they were really pushing. They were just like, have you got any 1D songs? Have you got any One Direction songs?
Oh, so it was after 1D came
It
out?
was, yeah. This was so weird talking about it as if it was a thing now. Like, genuinely, all of us have tried to forget about this moment. And every now and then it gets brought up in the pub and we're like, let's stop talking about it. Now, first opportunity, I'm talking about it on a podcast, so that's not ideal.
That's a clip right there.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Niall Gray almost wins the X Factor.
Almost is a push.
So no, I wanted to jump straight in because I usually do a feature called Wiki, Fact Check is Real.
One more time.
Wiki, Fact Check is Real.
That's it. I just need to make sure I got that.
Yeah.
I got it.
But what I actually did is auto-corrected me dirty because when I put your name into Google and did a lot of research about you, Wikipedia is one of the things that I look up. But where it auto-corrected, it corrected to Niall Gray. Mm-hmm. Now, Niall Gray is a cabinet secretary for NHS Recovery, Health and Social Care since Feb 2024 for the Scottish National Party.
Very similar to me, though.
Very similar, yeah. So I did wonder whether they'd confused the pages or not. But doing a very important job, Neil. Thank you for your help in Scotland.
Good lads, yeah.
So I decided to sack that off, and I just went on a few conversations and a few things that we go about. So I'm going to fact check a couple of things and just generally chat to you about that.
Fact check away.
So, as we discussed before, you grew up in Epping.
I did.
You did. And you went to Harlow College.
I did, yes.
What did you study at Harlow College?
I studied acting
Did
at
you?
Harlow College. Yeah.
What years were you there?
2 years. So this was like 2013 to 15.
Oh, I would have been gone by that point. Because I was in Harlow College. I was doing a plumbing course. Yeah. Right next to the drama building.
I remember that. I remember the building. Yeah, right next to the Glassbox Theatre.
Yes, that's it. Oh my God, yeah. I used to slip out of my class all the time to go be with the drama kids and the music people because I was just like, I don't know why I'm going to be a plumber. Like,
you had a dream.
I had a dream.
You're looking through that window into the theatre. I think one day I'm going to be a star.
You don't deserve it.
Yeah, wait. So what year were you there?
I was a bit older. So I went from 2006 to 2009, 10. So yeah,
we're gonna have a Joe Marler. Yeah. How old are you?
Yeah, I know. Honestly, it's a good producer. Nicola, my wife's got me on a great skincare routine.
Yeah, unbelievable. Do you still get ID'd every now and then?
Do you know what? Actually, yeah. And I love it.
I bet.
Yeah, it's a great time.
It's just good. It's a bit more annoying when you get an ID'd for an energy drink, though, isn't it? It's like, do you think I'm 15?
Harlow Asda. Back in the day, I was buying my mum a DVD. A decent DVD that was a 15 and I got ID'd for it. It was the full Monty.
Right, okay.
And I got ID'd in Harlow Asda for buying the full Monty for my mother. So thank you very much, Asda. I appreciate you.
What a story that is, though. Yeah. I also remember the HMV there getting ID'd for probably a 15 as well.
Yeah.
And what was it? I can't remember. It's a really boring story. I probably won't even get into it. But it sticks in my brain as well. There's something about Harlow and ID.
Yeah.
Sort yourself out.
Honestly.
We're old enough.
So as we said, we've got our mutual friend Harry that we knew before. But both of us have obviously come out from smaller towns. We've come into the big smoke and, kind of doing things creatively. So breaking out of that sort of small town mentality where it's very much like, go and get an office job, go and do a 9 to 5 or work in a bank or whatever it is. How did you find like doing something creative as opposed to going against the grain? Like, where did your creative bug come from?
Yeah, I feel like I've always been making videos. Like when I was in college, was always roping my mates into filming with me. And at the time, I mean, YouTube was so different then. This was like in 2013, 2014. And I mean, obviously what it's become now is a whole different beast.
Yes.
But I was just having a bit of fun, just pissing around filming some videos. So naturally, I've always been into that side of things. So when TikTok came around, I just naturally fell into that as well. And then it became a bit more of a career. So it didn't feel like a big jump. Whereas now I feel like I've got a lot of other mates that are coming to me like, I just want to quit my job and just do content now.
Yeah.
And that's obviously like, just stopping one thing and jumping straight in. So for me, it just felt like a bit of a natural way into it. And the sort of the money followed. And yeah, I'd never really, other than doing a few part-time jobs, like working in a bar, worked in retail for a little bit, but I was never that interested. Like, hence the reason why I did acting at college. Like, that was always the path I wanted to go down, doing the acting. I joined an agency whilst I was at college, and I remember just at the end, as I was finishing college, my tutor, like, before you all leave and go off into the big wide world, our tutor sat down with us and was talking to us like, oh, this is where I see you going, this is the route I see you going down. And she said to me, she was like, I'm not sure you're an actor, I just see you more as a presenter. And I was like, what?
Interesting.
I was like, I don't want to be a presenter. I was like, I want to be an actor. And then thank God she did say it. So then after that, the next thing I went on to do, as I briefly mentioned earlier on, I did my first presenting gig, doing a summer season abroad, doing like the evening entertainment. So that's when I got an actual taste for presenting.
Interesting. Where was that?
This was in Mallorca. It was in a holiday village.
Ooh.
It was like a first choice hotel. It was like a family hotel.
Brilliant.
And it was great fun. So I was 18 till 19 when I was over there doing that. And then I came back and then I was like, okay, this is definitely what I want to go on to do.
Yeah.
So then I sort of pivoted the content online to do a bit more sort of street interview content, because I saw a few people getting spotted online and getting opportunities from posting YouTube videos doing that. So I did that.
Yeah.
And then funny enough, radio came around.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say to you, so where did you, like you ventured into radio, where did that start to begin and where did you actually begin your radio career?
So somebody reached out to me. They were a managing director at Heart Kent.
Oh, okay.
So I was posting these street interview videos on YouTube and Facebook, and I think he actually saw it on Facebook.
Right.
And he messaged me from there and was like, oh, I'd love to hear how you sound behind the mic. Like, do you want to come in and do a demo? I thought it was a scam, first of all. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. It seems too good to be true. But then after a few more emails, I went into Heart Kent and did a few demos there. And yeah, it was legit. It was, I mean, he did send the address and it was like some industrial estate. I was like, I still don't believe this.
That's the thing. They're always in these bloody industrial estates that the arse end of nowhere. Like I did some work a little while ago for a radio station, funny enough, in Kent as well. And it was in an industrial area and it was like, at the next roundabout, take the 7th exit. And I was like, 7th? I was like, this is like Spaghetti Junction.
Yeah, this is it.
But yeah, they're always tucked away. Like I remember when I was growing up again in Harlow, when I was in a former life, I was a musician. Okay. So for me, like drumming, doing all these gigs and all of that stuff, very much all the rehearsal spaces were either in the arse end of nowhere, Hills Avi's farmer's field, that's a converted barn, or literally next to the dump.
Well, look at us now. We're under a bridge.
We are under a bridge, to be fair.
You almost crash going round a roundabout. So nothing changes. All the good things
it's like
start
a
from a roundabout.
moment.
Isn't it?
But yeah, so Heart Kent, so that obviously went really, really well.
Yeah, had a great time there. And then very quickly they were like, we're actually going to, if it's okay with you, we're going to put your details over to Capital. I was like, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Which they were like, just, because again, I was about 19.
Wow.
At this point. So again, looking back, I was a bit young to be on Heart, I think. So then they put my details over at Capital, did a few more demos there. And in, what year was it? 2018, I started at Capital. Started doing some of the cover work. And then an opportunity came around where they wanted me to do the drive time show in Brighton.
Okay.
So I moved to Brighton, did the drive time show there, and then quickly came back. Again, another 7 months.
Yeah.
They wanted me to come back and then do more stuff in London.
Wow.
So yeah, that's...
Wild. So
That's
when
it.
you started at Capital, obviously your first gig, because I was assuming that you did something like local radio, more like Essex based, i.e. like, for example, the community station that I started at and I still do a show every so often is Riverside Radio.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe that's the route that you started, but you went balls deep straight in at half.
Yeah, I did. I sort of felt a bit of a phony at the beginning. I was a bit like, oh my God, this imposter syndrome, because exactly that. After I started doing the demos at Heart, I was already wanting to get into local radio, community radio. But I mean, luckily enough, this opportunity came around, and if it didn't go anywhere, then I would have got into sort of community local radio. It didn't happen, and I just thought, oh my God, this is going straight in at the deep end. But I mean, I do look back now and just think like, oh, that is quite mad. How that did happen. But
how was the jump? Like, so obviously you've done quite well with Heart, so that's a huge station anyway. But going from say local Heart to then national Capital. What was the kind of like vibe with that? Like, did you notice a massive difference, or because you were just behind a mic in the similar studio, it just felt normal?
Yeah, no, it was quite terrifying because in Heart Kent, I also was never on air. That was literally just going to do demos.
Oh, I see.
And then I started doing demos in London. So just went straight to this like unbelievable studio. Looks like some rocket ship.
Yeah.
And then my very first show, I was on air overnights in Birmingham. So at the time, that seemed to be what they were doing. Like everyone given your test run there, learn your mistakes sort of doing the overnight show there.
Yeah.
And it is good. I mean, obviously a man does radio as well.
Yes.
Once you do your mistakes, you never do them again.
Never. Nope.
I remember the first show I did, I took it off air straight away.
Really?
So that was a learning curve. Yeah.
Okay, go on, elaborate. What happened?
I mean, there's not much to it actually. I think I was messing around with like when the ads come in and out, and started deleting stuff. And I think I deleted a good few songs. I was like, ooh, don't know how to get those back. And then the ad break came, but like the radio guys will know, like the ads need to load first. Yeah. You know, you gotta just hit it. So they got to load up, but they hadn't done at this point.
Yeah.
So the ad breaks fired, nothing was loaded. And I just remember there being silence. Thought, uh-oh, that's not good. But because it was my first show, there was somebody like sat in the office getting roped in just in case something like this happened. They could run in the studio and sort it out. And they did. But honestly, I actually remember hating my first radio show.
Really?
I was sweating. I wanted it to be over. As in, like, you know, you just want to get the first one off. Like, you want to tick it off the list, get it done, and then you can enjoy it after that point. It was the longest 3 hours of my life because I'd then taken it off air. But everything else from that point was smooth, and the second show I was enjoying. I had a good time.
Yeah. It's always that first one, because I remember when I started at Radio 1, it was very much, like you said, the spaceship, and coming from a smaller station like Riverside to then go into like all these like million faders, then you've got to do this, that and the other. It is daunting.
Yeah,
like,
you must have felt the same thing.
Yeah, I did. Well, when I went in for the training that was there, the training was impeccable. It was really good. But I came away from it, and I said to my wife, I was like, you know, I think I fucked it. Because you're going in at that point, and you think, oh, like, I don't know whether I've done a good enough job for them to be like, actually, we can trust you on air.
Yeah.
Luckily, I did.
It happened,
But yeah, it took me a while to kind of wrap my head around some of the.
It's always on brand.
It's on brand. To get my head around some of the controls, and it is daunting.
And you didn't take it off air?
No, never took it off air.
Very good.
Actually, I got really good feedback, which I was very, very happy with. So yeah, haven't had a show pulled just yet. We'll keep that. We'll keep that going as well.
Keep it that way.
So one question that I did want to ask you, Niall.
Tell me.
Who's your favourite Capital presenter?
Oh, my favourite Capital presenter. They are all great. I do love Jordan North, great guy, very funny.
Yeah.
Very natural, very funny. Sean Welby, you can't not have a good time talking to her.
She's lovely as well. I bumped into her a little while ago. She's so nice.
Yeah. Oh no, who's my favourite?
Yeah.
Those two are good. Sonny J, again, great guy.
Yeah.
Just he's got such a great laugh. This is why I wish I had a better laugh. He's inspired me so much to work on my laugh. Do you know what I mean? You can't help but listen to him and not laugh along. Because a lot of people say I just sound like I'm being sarcastic when I laugh. I'm just... So, no, it's legit. It's serious. So, yeah.
Brilliant. So I thought that there was going to be a lot more controversy.
I know, there is. The rest of them, God, get them off air. Hate them. Jesus. I'm definitely going to miss out something. I'll think tonight. I think, oh no, what did I say then?
Yeah, I'll add it in the edit.
Move on quick.
Yeah,
Move on
it'll be
quick.
like a voice note. Like.
Yeah, everyone's great.
So when you were obviously you were at Capital, you were doing these huge events like Summertime Ball, Jingle Bell Ball, and it looks so much fun on the surface. But I can imagine it's super
Awful behind the scenes now.
Literally, I was just like, because it's like that swan analogy. Like they're just so graceful on the top, everything's going well at the event, and then everything's just like fuck.
Yeah,
like
I know it is a lot going on,
Yeah.
and especially like sometimes because the show that I did have was like the weekend breakfast show, so that was 5 till 9. So sometimes I'd go from waking up at 3:45 in the morning, do the radio show, and then go backstage at Wembley or the O2.
Gee.
And then I was straight into another show or doing interviews or doing social content and just like sort of not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
But they're great though. Like it's one of those things where you sort of wake up on a Monday morning and just think, what just happened? Like, was it just a fever dream?
Yeah.
I remember it was it Sam Ryder? He just performed. It was like he had just done Eurovision and came second there, and then he was performing the Summertime Ball.
Was that when he brought his Christmas song out?
You know what? No, this was a Summertime Ball.
Okay.
He did a great song, by the way. Great Christmas song. But yeah, I got in the lift and I was like, heard someone walking around the corner. I was like, poke my arm in. And I was like, I'll just leave the door open for whoever's coming. It was Sam Ryder. I was like,
Right.
oh, wow. So I got in the lift with him and I was about to say, he'd literally just come off stage. I was about to say, mate, you smashed that. That was great. And he just goes, I love your content. It was like,
Stop.
you in that little red car, because I was doing a lot of content. Like a Top Gear parody at the time.
Yeah.
And this is the loveliest guy. But I mean, that's what everyone says about Sam Ryder. So
He seems like the loveliest man.
I think the point is you just never know who you're going to bump into in those corridors.
Yeah.
And yeah, Summertime Ball. But no, to answer your question, there's never anything awful. Nothing that's happened that's worth noting. Nothing, no disasters.
Interesting, because I always thought that there would be something like an artist is running super late or, whatever it is. Because wasn't there a few years ago, I don't know whether it was now, I think you'd left by then, but I think Mariah Carey was there and I was like, famously,
Yes.
she'd probably be a little bit late.
Yeah, I think, no, that was the last year that I was there, actually.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the interviews, I don't know if you saw any of the interviews that came out, but she doesn't believe in time.
Yes, I did see this.
Of course. I mean, that's how you know that you got a big team around you, because I think her follow-up was like, well, how don't you believe in time? She was like, people just tell me where I need to be and they bring me there.
I saw another
we can all
interview
relate
with
to
her.
that.
I think it was Scott Mills did an interview with her on Radio 2 and it was, they were talking about Katy Perry going to space.
Yeah.
And she just went, I've done enough. Like, why would I need to go to space?
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
Yeah, fair's Mariah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I get that.
I don't blame her. I tell you what, this is what I've realised now. I need to come out with a Christmas tune.
Yeah?
Sam Ryder's got his banging one,
Yeah.
as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, I think that's the secret sauce. So, watch this space.
So that's an exclusive. We're going to get a Niall Gray Christmas song.
Hell yeah, big time. Big time.
Done. Sticking on the Sometime and Jingle Bell, who would you say your favourite performance out of all of them would have been back in the day?
I loved Benson Boone recently.
Yeah.
I mean, a man that can backflip 10 times in a row, that's a performance.
Yeah.
Singing and backflipping. There was a moment Joel Corey came out with a big old flamethrower
Jesus.
and his shirt off. That was a random moment. That was great. I don't know. There's been some big hitters. The big names. I mean, obviously, you can't go wrong with Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Who was there? Harry Styles.
Yes.
Niall Horan.
Niall
Any
Horan. I thought
of
you were
the
gonna go
Wonder
Niall Gray.
Niall Gray. What a man. What a great guy.
So when you're like interviewing all of these people, have you ever been starstruck when you've interviewed someone?
I mean, interviewing Niall was a lovely moment because I do
Yeah.
remember watching him on The X Factor. And I was like, I really hope this guy does well because he's got the same name as me and no one can ever say my name for some reason. I never thought Niall was such a hard name. But like anywhere I go, it's like, you know, Starbucks or whatever, they're like, Niall, or Neil, or Noel.
No.
I had it before. Someone was like, oh, what's your name? I said, Niall. And they went, oh. And I went, are you okay? And she was like, no, I was just asking what your name was. I went, yeah, it's Niall. She was like, oh, I thought you just said no. No. What's your name? No.
No, not telling you. Fuck off.
Yeah. So I'm glad Niall Horan did do well because now people now know how to say my name. And he's got right music.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So you left after 7 years. And how did you feel leaving? And do you actually miss radio? Would you go back to it?
I would, yeah. And it was a big decision to leave. Obviously, as you say, 7 years, I feel like it's a nice amount of time. Sort of got to that point where I'm really enjoying Capital, but was ready to sort of get my weekends back. 7 years of working weekends from... I was 21 when I started in the end doing weekends, and then just turned 29 at the end of it.
Right.
So I was like, oh my God, all my 20s have been spent on the radio, which is a lovely way to spend it. But also getting up at 3:45 on a Saturday and Sunday morning.
Usually you're out at that time.
Yeah, exactly. It was getting towards the point. I was like, oh my God, I need to have those hangover days now. You know, I'm going to look back. But no, it's like, I loved every moment of it, and I really have missed radio since then. So I am, you know, I'm sort of excited to at some point maybe get back into radio and see what goes from there.
Exciting.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear you back on radio again, man. It was
Thank you very much.
a joy to listen to you on radio, genuinely. It was really great.
Very kind.
So life after Capital, you went obviously and was doing a few bits with Capital as well at the same time, but you were doing some TV work as well.
Yes.
So you were doing backstage at Strictly It Takes Two on BBC Two.
Yeah.
And then you're also doing Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway as well. That was amazing. What was it genuinely like working on such huge shows? You know, the big glossy ITV ones, the big BBC money earners.
Yeah, it was
was
unbelievable.
it?
I
Yeah.
think for all of us, like Ant and Dec's Saturday Night Takeaway, I just can't remember a Saturday night growing up not watching that show.
Yeah.
And it was unbelievable to sort of be on the other side of it because actually after it was not long before radio, I ended up becoming a runner on Saturday Night Takeaway really randomly.
Really?
Yeah. So I was a studio runner for a little bit. So that was a little bit of a glimpse behind the curtain and just making the teas and the coffees and getting people to their dressing rooms and the set. It was just like unreal to be there.
Yeah.
And then to have another full circle moment of when that opportunity came around to do like the social content, it was unreal. It was great. And just, it sort of involved sketches and interviewing the celebs that were going to be the stars of the show that day.
Yeah.
And Ant and Dec are amazing as well. They're just...
Well, I was going to ask you, what are they like in real life?
They're just exactly the same as how
Really?
they come across on TV. Yeah. I feel like everyone's always fearful to meet these people that you grew up watching. And I was like, oh, are they going to be the same? They're the same. They're exactly the same.
I always wondered what are Ant and Dec like in real life.
They just seem to have so much time for everyone. Like they're getting faffed around, like getting dragged left, right and centre to do rehearsals and to film stuff. And like, I was there to do a few bits on socials. They've got a main show to do on ITV. So they're always getting dragged off. But, they can see them getting pulled to the side. But they still really want to have a nice little chat. And they just, lovely people.
And what about Tess and Claudia? Was it Tess and Claudia at the time for you?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. So I was doing It Takes Two. So I was more with Jeanette and Fleur doing the after show. And that was, again, a great show. Like I did for a few years, I was doing the sort of the Friday panel on Strictly.
Yeah.
And then when the opportunity came around to be sort of the roving reporter, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because I'm known for my dancing.
Well, I wondered when that acting and performing arts came in. Oh, he's got shimmy.
There it is, a little cha-cha-cha.
Little paso doble.
Yeah. But it's fun. I mean, I just love being that little, like, just that fly on the wall and seeing what goes on behind the scenes. Like, I think it's just so much fun being a part of it. And again, walking into that studio, that Strictly studio, is so weird. It's in a very similar way to doing Saturday Night Takeaway. You've seen it on screen for so many years, and then you see it in real life, and it's always like, God, this is so much smaller.
Yeah.
So much smaller than I thought.
Yeah.
But man, it was great. It was so much fun.
And in terms of like obviously transitioning from radio to on screen and TV and stuff like that, when you're going to these sets, obviously we spoke about like the spaceship that is the radio desks. When you see the level of like production and stuff that goes into a big TV show, did you kind of think, fuck?
Yeah, you can say it's just such a well-oiled machine. You know, everybody's got a job to do. Everyone's doing it so well, and it's obviously just the best of the best. Like these shows have been going for so long that I was talking to guys that have been working on it for, I think it was like either 20 years or 30 years, and they've been doing that same role for that amount of like those decades.
Yeah.
So they just know how to do it, and it is crazy just to almost feel like, oh, these things are actually real. It's not just a little thing on the screen. Because, you know, so used to making YouTube videos and just doing it yourself, you know.
Yeah.
As you know, you got to set up the camera, set up the lights, and you edit, then you write the script, and you just like, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. So then you get there and you're like, oh, there's other people to do these things.
Yeah. But it's wild when you look at that, because I remember seeing on Saturday Night Takeaway when they do the pans to the audience, the amount of cameras that are there and the lights and Jesus. I mean, it's similar to this here, man.
It's very similar. Yeah, the budget is the same, I think.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. We're going to win the ads in a sec. What we got? What we got for offer?
Might have a Pom Bear packet somewhere or something.
Come on. And some toilet roll.
So no, you then obviously are very well known for what you do on social media. So you got your skits on social media and you're absolutely hilarious. I think one of my favourite ones was the This Morning parody that you do, which is absolutely incredible. What genuinely got you into parody sketches as opposed to anything else in the creative industry?
Yeah. The first parody video I did was me and a mate of mine, we went on holiday to Fuerteventura. Ooh. And yes,
the windy island.
It is very windy.
I got sunstroke there.
I think everyone does. That's the beauty of it. But we kept driving past these like derelict old buildings that haven't been built yet. And I wanted to we would hide a car and I just wanted to pull over and like do a bit of an Instagram story and just almost for some reason play that parody character and to be like, oh, you can win this house, or, you know, this house is up for sale. Just put it on my Instagram story. I just thought it might make a quick funny video.
Yeah.
And we started filming that and then we were like, oh, maybe we could do like a full parody here. Let's go like proper Place in the Sun style.
Yeah.
And we just did it on the day. We almost spent a whole day of this holiday just going around filming separate clips. And yeah, just posted it on my Instagram and it didn't do very well. I think I had about 1,000 followers at the time. I just posted it on there and reels weren't a thing.
Yeah.
So just posted it. And then I think Lad Bible then found it from Facebook and was like, oh, can we repost it? So I was like, yeah, repost it. And then from there, that seemed to do quite well. 2020 came around and TikTok was a thing. So I thought, oh, let me post that old video again that I filmed a few years ago. Reposted it to TikTok, and then it sort of blew up from there and people started remaking the sound because, again, this is a little while ago now, as I say, when TikTok first started, but it was the audio to that. There was loads of uni students that were like lip syncing, no, I'm here in sunny Fuerteventura. And they were just showing their uni house and how bad it was.
Right, yeah.
And a lot of people thought that this audio was actually from A Place in the Sun.
Right.
But it was already a parody. And then that's it. Basically, long story short, it just went from there. And I thought, maybe there's something in this parody stuff.
Yeah.
So I did a few more from that point. I then started parodying wedding DJs and school disco DJs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the creativity for that, like, where is it that you get your, like, creativity from to have an idea to then make it into a viral thing? Because there's such a broad spectrum, on how you kind of can present and do parody and loads of different things. How do you plan out your content for knowing what would do well?
A lot of blagging.
Yeah.
I always find the video ideas that just like come to me from either having a conversation with somebody or it's just that little moment in the shower and just think, oh yeah, that might do well. That's funny. Because whenever I just sit down and try and think of a video idea, they never really seem to do that well. But it's the ones that just think, oh, that would make me laugh. If I saw somebody do that, that'd be funny. But it's also just watching TV.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time with A Place in the Sun, I just sort of picked up on the way that they would do these little edits. You know, whenever they talk to the property expert, I just noticed the way like the camera angle is on the wonk, and it's the little shots of them like brushing the plants as they walk past it. I just sort of thought, that's so weird, those little clips that they do. I thought, oh, that'd be funny just to make a video around that. So if anything, like the actual presenter parody came second. I almost like wanted just to take the piss and like parody
Keith and Pam walking through the garden.
Yeah, how they make the shows, and then the sort of the voice came second.
Yeah.
But now it all ties in.
Brilliant.
And now we're here.
And now we're here. I'm gonna fact check Laura Hamilton with this as well, because she's been on the pod recently. Yes. So I'm gonna be like, oh, Laura.
Oh no. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Yeah, the lead Juggernaut does Capital now, and he's a Place in the Sun presenter.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was just as I was leaving Capital, I heard that he was joining. And I was like, oh no, I'm nervous to meet him because he's probably seen the videos.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and then I walked in, like, hello, I'm Niall, nice to meet you. And he goes, yeah, I know who you are. I've been sent your videos a million times. But he was a lovely guy.
Lovely
He laughed about it.
So starting off in Fuerteventura, I know that we spoke previously. Again, you mentioned this on Isaac's podcast. But the tandem buggy in Benidorm.
Oh yeah, what the little what's it called?
The mobility scooters. Yeah. So talk to me about that, because that is a brilliant story.
Yeah, I mean, myself and Imogen, obviously we've sort of done so many parody videos together now. Again,
Imogen's amazing, by the way. Please check out Imogen Andrews. She's incredible.
She is very funny. Yeah, the way it all came around, she was doing a similar thing, like more estate agent parodies, and I was doing the property parodies as well. So we messaged each other and we were like, oh, let's do some videos together. And we did. We had a really good time doing it. So then after that, we were like, in these TV shows, they always go to Benidorm, don't they? They're always here at sunny Benidorm. So we were like, well, let's just book up some cheap flights and just go on a little holiday to Benidorm. So we did, and we really wanted to get a shot in those little the mobility scooters that everyone's driving around the strip.
Honestly.
And they've got like the tandem one, so there's like you usually got like a husband and wife duo. Yeah. Somebody's in the front, someone's in the back, going bar to bar, drink driving. Probably not in the contract, but we were like, well, let's get one of these buggies because this would be great for the video. So we went into a few different mobility scooter shops, and we were like, yeah, can we just hire one for the day or a couple of hours? And they were like, how old are you? And we were like, 28, 29. They went, got to be 55, I'm afraid.
Couldn't even walk in with a limp and just like, I need it.
Yeah, it's discrimination is what that is. What happens if I'm 54 and I can't walk? Tough. So you got to be 55 to hire a mobility scooter. So we were like, well, we still want to film with one. Like, we've almost sent the whole video around filming on a scooter.
Yeah.
So we saw this guy that was sat down on a bench and his scooter was next to him. We thought, brilliant. So we went, excuse me, mate, can we get on your mobility scooter and just film a little TikTok on it? He's probably thinking, you youngsters coming around here and filming your TikToks.
Yeah, literally.
He might have been. I don't know if he was Northern, but I think he was.
I mean, most people in Benidorm are.
He's got his €1 pint in hand.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, what do you want to do on it? We were like, we just want to film a quick video on it. It was like, well, you can't drive it. I'm not going to give you keys. So we were like, right, fine. So we basically kicked him off his mobility scooter and filmed the intro shot to it. And it was worth it.
It was so
I think. When in Benidorm. Have you been, by the way? Have you been to Benidorm?
I went for a stag do, yeah, and it was...
That's classic stag do behaviour.
Do you know what it was? But it was so strange because I just got back. I was really lucky, funny enough, from Capital when Dave Berry and Lisa was on there.
Yeah.
Won a competition for an all expenses paid trip to Peru.
No way.
So I literally got back from that trip, had the most amazing time in like 30, 40 degree heat.
Yeah.
And then about 36 hours later, not even that, I literally flew out to Benidorm and I was like, it's Spain. It's always going to be warm.
Yeah.
I can go out there in shorts. I've just been in 40 degrees. It's fine. It was fucking February. It was freezing cold. And I was just like, I had to buy like a couple of jumpers out there.
Oh, that's not the place to be in the rain.
No.
Wait, so you won that through Capital?
Through Capital, yeah.
A trip to Benidorm?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I won the Peru trip through there.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I know. I'd have been more. I'd still been grateful, but yeah, I would have been less grateful if it was.
I mean,
Benidorm.
Yeah, flights were about 30 quid. You know. It's a shame. All expense paid.
All expense paid.
Paid for.
€1 pints.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we
Dave
treat
Berry
you.
and Lisa Snowdon. But yeah, so in terms of like when you're posting as well, because I know that for me personally, as a content creator, presenter, X, Y, and Z as well, that there's the pressures of posting when you're doing it. So obviously, you know what your algorithm wants from you. Certain videos do well, certain don't. But do you feel like there is a pressure that, i.e., like you need to post at a certain time, you need to post similar content on a weekly basis, or like, what's your thought process behind that side of it?
Yeah, it is. It's tough, especially because the algorithm is just forever changing.
Yeah.
No one can get their head around it. And I just feel like I've had days worth of conversations with other content creators just, how's the algorithm treating you? Oh, it's tough out there, isn't it? It's tough out there. And everyone makes an excuse, and I always make it as well. And it's like, you just never know what the answer is. Is it like, oh, did I post at a weird time? Was the hook not good enough? Was it because it was over a minute? Was it because it was under a minute? Was it because of this? Maybe the content wasn't, maybe it just wasn't funny.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time it just comes down to that. Like, I don't know. I speak to some people, they're like, yeah, man, the algorithm really hasn't treated me well on that video. And you watch it and you go, nah, I just don't think it's a good video. And I've done the same. I've watched back my own videos just thinking, yeah, that was, I don't know what I was thinking with that one.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But honestly, it is tough. I mean, especially when it becomes your job.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, oh, it would be nice just to, you can never relax.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just rock up and just go, oh, I found what works now. I think YouTube is a little bit more like, once your audience is there, they're gonna come back. You get notified when you got a video, you got that community there. But with TikTok and Instagram, when you're relying on the algorithm, it is tough. But I mean, it's obviously a nice problem to have. I've seen videos of like influencers on podcasts talking about how difficult it is. And I think people, you know, who hate their jobs rocking up, I don't think you're getting much sympathy. And you're like, guys, my flight's to Dubai.
Yeah, literally. Oh my god,
It's such a tough job. But it is difficult sometimes. There is a pressure, as you say, to get it right. But I think if you're just posting enough, having fun with it, and just doing what's right.
Well, I think the
for
important
your
thing that you
audience.
said there as well is that it is your job. It is your earning. It is what you're getting through. Obviously, you get loads of other stuff that comes through as well.
Yeah.
But it is part of your income. So if that's then not doing well or taken away, it's like when you're, for example, like working in shift work. If you don't get the shifts, you don't get the money.
Yeah, that's it. I know. Sometimes you go through, like, everyone seems to go through, like, oh, okay, the views are going well now. And then you go to that other one, like, oh, well, this is the end. This is it.
Going back to Costa.
I know.
So we mentioned Imogen earlier, that you've done a lot of collaborations with her. You do a lot with other creators as well, obviously boosting each other's profiles, doing funny skits. What's one of your favourite videos that you've ever put out of your own content? One of the favourite ones, either to film or something that you've just thought, yeah, I'm really fucking proud of that.
Yeah. What is a good one? One I had a good bit of fun filming was this parody of Pimp My Ride.
I love Pimp My Ride.
Reposted actually a few weeks ago because, as we say, you got to keep the content going out there.
Yep.
But that was a lot of fun to film. I mean, the trip to Benidorm was great. Any excuse to do some sort of trip and justify it as like we're going out here to film a video. I love those ones. There was a good mate of mine. He is an estate agent, so every now and then I'd rely on him to get me access to these shocking houses. He's like,
I did wonder how you got them.
yeah, honestly, he's like, he phones me up and he's like, oh, there's this house that needs renovating at the moment. And basically, the doors are falling off, the windows, it's shocking, there's damp in there. It's going to make a great set for a video.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're always good fun, just getting able to go around these houses and film the parodies. Not the most glamorous of settings, but yeah, a lot of people in the comments are always wondering how they're like, oh, did you actually book a viewing and just film this video?
That's what I thought. I thought you just rung up somewhere local and gone, yeah, so I'd like to check out number 5. And they're like, really?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, there has been some fun videos with there's this guy called Kick It Forward. Do you know Kick It Forward from Australia. And they were coming over to the UK and they were like, oh, let's go out and film a video if you've got anything in mind. And then they were like, oh, let's meet up at the pub. So met at the pub. Typically, Schooner Scorer was there.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
60-second snippet. And it was honestly just a day in the pub filming videos. And that was a fun day.
Yeah. Just getting pissed.
Calling it work. Yeah. Exactly. The accountant's just seeing like, what is all of these? Why is there a load of pints coming through as like business expense? They were props. They were needed.
Send me a picture of her face. No, Face ID can't recognise my face right now.
Exactly.
Would you say, have you ever got in trouble for a video that you've ever posted?
Yes, I have. One of them was a property video that we did.
Right.
There's been a few times actually, but it always seems to be when a video does well and people don't realise it's going to do well, they sort of panic.
Right.
So anyway, got permission to film this video in one of these houses that was up for sale, and it was a bit of a shoddy house. And then afterwards, the mate who's the estate agent and let me film in this house, he got a phone call from one of the neighbours. He was like, I cannot believe what I've just seen online.
Fucking Neighbourhood Watch.
It was that. These two TikTokers, don't know if he's Northern, filming video in my neighbourhood. And actually, it was they spotted it from the video because obviously they could tell their neighbour's house.
Yeah.
But they were like, they're taking the piss out of the area. And we wrote the script long before we knew where we were going to film this video, and it just so happened to be just a bad house.
Yeah.
But I think it was Bishop Stortford somewhere, and they were just
really?
they're taking the piss out of this neighbourhood. And I was like, it wasn't, guys. It was just that we're just filling the gaps of this 60-second makeover script would be.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were like, we'll private it for a little bit. Have
Right.
reposted it now, so hopefully he's not watching this. But no, that happened. And then I was doing some street interviews before, and this is a bit of content. Some content that actually I wasn't in front of the camera for, but me and a mate of mine, we did this whole series online called Tell Me a Secret, where we set up a whiteboard, put a microphone behind it, and the whiteboard said, tell me a secret. And this girl comes over and she has like a McDonald's in hand and she looks really hungover. And she was like, and she tells a secret to the camera, knowing full well that this is going to go out online. And she went, I went into class this morning so hungover after drinking a $800 bottle of tequila. She's an American girl that was studying in Camden somewhere.
Right.
And then the video, for some reason, got 9 million views. I mean, it was a kind of funny video, but 9 million views is crazy.
Yeah.
And she quickly got in contact with us and she was like, guys, you need to delete this video. Like, my school tutors are going to see this. And we didn't see that message for a little while because it went into like the request folder.
Of course.
So we were like, wow, this video is popping up. It's doing so well. So then we saw her message and we're like, oh no, the girl wants it taken down now. And then we saw another message from like somebody else and we clicked on it and there was like 5 messages from her mum. And her mum was like, you're taking advantage of a minor. I was like, no, she's a minor. I think she's at uni. And she agreed to being on camera. It was in public. It was all like, so legally, we're allowed to upload the video. She approached us and she knew it was on camera. But now she's like, we need it deleted. And the final message was like, this is the last time you hear from us. Otherwise, we're seeking legal action.
What the fuck?
And we saw all these messages in one go. We're like, okay, we're going to delete this now. So again, sadly, had to get rid of that video.
Jeez, that's
as well.
Fucking ridiculous,
But
man.
yeah, but at the same time, there was a few other people that told their secrets on camera. I can understand why people wouldn't want these out online, but they knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But they would message us saying, guys, I didn't realize the video was going to get that many views. Can you take it down? Like there was people talking about like what got up to on like a stag do. And
Yeah.
what happened at a house party and all this stuff. So yeah, a few times have been in trouble with videos.
I can't believe she got her mum involved.
I know.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's a bit sad. And actually, just yapping about this story, but next time we were in Camden, we were filming in the same spot again. She came up to us. Her and her friends approached us and they were like, you put that video out online. And we're like, yeah. And you said we could.
Yeah.
And then we deleted it, but they were not happy.
Jesus Christ. I do street interviews quite a lot as well. And I do find it hard when people like I did one for a company before, and it was street like a vox pop, and it was talking about. I can't remember what it was talking about, to be fair. I'll probably get in trouble if I said it. But it was one of those that I did it, put it out on social media. They then got in contact, similar story, and were like, yeah, you need to take that down because I was on my lunch break in work. And I was like, well, you're on your lunch break. That's fine.
It's allowed, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like people get scared of being spotted at like a football game on like taking a day off work.
Yeah.
Going on school leave.
Yeah. Wild.
Release forms. That's the answer. I am going to message you after this podcast and just ask you if you can't post it. So just giving you a little bit of a warning. Wasting our time here.
So going off the similar vibe, man, like has there ever been a skit that you haven't done just yet because you thought that it was a bit too risky? Like has there been ideas that you're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't?
There's been a few. Because I am a presenter and I also parody presenters.
Yeah.
I do tread lightly sometimes. Like, I don't know who I'm going to annoy. Everyone so far that has been on the other side of it, they're okay with it.
Yeah.
They're fine with it. As I say, I've done a lot of parodies of A Place in the Sun and then found from A Place in the Sun presenters that, they enjoy it and it's part of the fun and they sort of get on board with the videos. But every now and then I'm like, I don't know how to push this. So again, when I was on the radio, I was always thinking, I gotta do like a character I haven't parodied yet is a radio presenter. I gotta do a radio presenter parody, and I just didn't because I thought, we don't know how everyone's gonna take it. So the second I left there, you better believe I did a parody of radio presenters.
But you see so many now as well. Like even at, like for example, when it's like Pancake Day, like you know that every radio presenter is going to go, "Oh, what are you having on yours? Is it sugar and lemon, or just spice it up a little bit?" Like, it is. I know, and you know, obviously we're on the other side of it as well, and you know the content that you've just got to talk about. It's Radio 101. Yeah,
101, Radio 101,
Radio
not
101.
1-on-1. That's something different. Radio 101, it gets to Christmas time. Oh, that little bit in between Christmas and New Year. Yeah, Crimbo Limbo.
Do you know, I actually did.
You've got to do it.
Crimbo Limbo. I actually did. So I did some Radio 1 shows. I did Official Chart of the Year on Boxing Day and then 2 of Sam and Danny's shows afterwards.
Yeah.
And those 2 shows very much, like we had loads of other content planned and it was doing really well anyway. But there was a lot of it that was... are you on your second Christmas? Are you on your third Christmas? Are you heading to New Year? Because it was the 27th, 28th.
Yeah.
And so many people lapped it up. They really wanted to get involved with that Crimbo Limbo bit.
I love it, yeah.
And they absolutely loved it. It was just like, me, Janice, and so-and-so and the dog are off down to Cornwall.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am keeping you I'm keeping you involved.
Keep the tunes coming as well.
Yeah. Literally. But no, it's just... I've thought about doing parody of radio presenting because I'm like, it's fun.
You've got to embrace it because doing the parodies has almost ruined it for myself. And again, once you're aware of it or once you see other people doing the parodies, you're like, oh no, I do it too. But you know, that's all part of the job. But is it payday for you? Are you dancing around the kitchen?
Yeah.
Just keep the tunes coming.
I love that you could just flick straight into it. Like. Well, I mean, it's worked out pretty well for you, man, because I've got some stats here, right? So, catch flights, not feelings, the trend that you started, right?
Oh, no, so that happened.
Fucking wild. 150,000 remakes, 13 million views worldwide, and on that particular video, you've got 1.1 million likes.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that'll pay rent for that month, isn't it?
Oh, man. And it's always one of those ideas. Like, I was just going on holiday and thought, oh, yeah, let's just do that. I saw somebody's Instagram before I went away and they literally did the caption, how's your Monday? By the pool. I was like, oh, it's so cringy. And then I thought, there's a video around this. So then that's just how that came around.
But there's also been other ones that you've done with like the laugh, live, love signs and things like that. Like typical British shit.
Yeah.
That is literally just like...
Your mum loves a kitchen sign.
Yeah,
exactly
literally.
that.
Yeah. But those types of things, like they're relatable. Like that's what keeps people engaged, right?
It is that. And I suppose it's now those things because you can lip sync and the sounds mean so much on Instagram now. It is funny to see who does those lip syncs and you know when a bit of audio goes viral, you never know like the first video. Because some of these videos lip syncing to my Catch Flights Not Feelings video, they've got more views than my one does.
Are you not fuming at that?
Yeah, a bit annoyed. Also get nothing from it either. It's also under a minute, so I don't even get paid.
Wild.
I know.
But I mean, in terms of like the other stuff that we've got, you know, like 716.5 thousand followers on TikTok, 29.3 million likes, and you've got over 106k on Instagram. How do those figures even compute to you?
I just don't think they do. I mean, even when you're saying them now, I just see blur. I just see a blur. I mean, 29 million likes. It is quite mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because even just like
That's a
doing
small country, if not more. Like,
but it is weird because it does just feel like numbers on a screen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever I've done very small, like intimate hosting gigs before, like a room full of 30 people, I even did I was like, at my cousin's wedding, I was bringing on and off the people that were doing like the best man speech, all that. That was like the biggest gig. I was so nervous just getting up there in front of like a couple of hundred people doing that. But then when you see like, oh, this video's got 1 million views, you're like, you don't really care how your hair's looking or how you come across or whatever. But, you know, when it's that small group of people, I feel like, I don't know if you're the same, but you almost care more because it just feels real. You're seeing those eyes in that room.
yeah, it's like when you're playing a gig and like, for example, you know, me previously, I was a drummer. So I was always at the back of the stage and you can see the first 7 people in the row and then there's the rest of the 1,000 people obviously afterwards. But when you're doing like intimate pub gigs back in the day and you've got Darren and his bulldog tattoo that really is waiting for Oasis, and then you've got Sandra who wants a bit of dancing in the moonlight. You're like, I can feel the eyes burning at this point.
Exactly.
Like, it's a lot.
Impress me.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've done well out of it though, man. I mean, you've worked with brands like Google, Lad Bible, Aldi, Trainline, Subway, Boots, and my favourite one, McVitie's.
Oh, yeah. Great biscuits.
Great biscuits.
Great biscuits, yeah. That was good fun, that one. My favourite, toilet duck.
Did you?
That was it was the first video that me and Imogen did together.
Yeah.
And we spent 2 days in a public toilet in Margate. And it was everything you had dreamed it would be. We were literally advertising bleach in the toilet. And it was great.
I bet the constituents of Margate were like, what the bleeding hell's going on here?
And we did because they had like the toilets were still open. So we were going in there, like Imogen was coming in the guys' toilets as well, and we had a mate filming on an iPhone. We're like, what is going on in here?
They're not gender neutral toilets in Margate either.
No.
Someone was kicking off.
Yeah, exactly. It was a weird one. It was a weird one, but great fun.
Toilet duck. I didn't know that one.
No, exactly. Get that on the list.
Get that on the list. Put it on.
Yeah, forget the others.
So with your videos, have you had anybody that has been offended by them that has then DM'd you? I'm talking people like The Place in the Sun, presenters, whomever it may be, or someone that maybe has been offended that's DM'd you.
Nothing that bad.
Really?
No. Which is actually quite surprising.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about this on Isaac's podcast because like myself and Imogen were saying how like we're quite lucky not to get too much hate.
Yeah.
Which is great because I'd be crying every night otherwise. But no, it's more the most hate I think I've got is when I've done my picture a day video. So I've taken a photo of myself every single day for 15 years now. And people just like they air their opinions. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But say what?
What did I even say on it? I mean, there's a lot of chat around the hair, which is granted.
Right.
You know,
Okay,
went from Ice Gem to Jedward to this to that. There's been some bad ones on there, but nothing too soul destroying. But no, in answer to your question, I haven't really had many DMs. I need to think now.
Yeah. But that's a good way to be though, because at least if you're doing the parody and you're not wildly offending people, you're doing something right.
I know, or maybe I am, and I just don't know it yet.
Yeah, it's like a simmering bubble, like they're just like almost there. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I know. I've cut my chances in half by ever getting on this morning. I think I've been blacklisted there.
Do you know? I was actually thinking about this before we came in. If you ever went on This Morning, even just as a guest, it's going to be the most surreal moment. Like, it's going to be so like, right guys, so like...
I'll tell you what, somebody actually did say this when I was doing Strictly It Takes Two. Somebody tweeted and they were just like, I don't know whether we're meant to be laughing or taking this Niall seriously, who's doing the behind the scenes content. Like, is he meant to be doing a parody right now, or is this just him being him? So I think people are getting confused. I don't know who I am now. Yeah.
I'm guessing. Just it's fine.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
So obviously something else that you're doing at the same time, Golden Fleece Films. So talk to me about that. What is that?
Yeah, a couple of years ago now, me and a good mate of mine, we started up a production company. So we knew each other from making YouTube videos back in the day. So this was, I don't know if you watched YouTube years ago, but like Charlie Is So Cool Like was big on the platform. Who else was there? There was Dan and Phil.
Yes,
Dan and Phil. Zoella was in her prime. He had Pointless Blog. It was just Thatcher Joe.
Thatcher Joe, yeah.
So anyway, we were making videos back in the day then. So that's how we met. And he went off to do TV work. So he was a producer on Top Gear, and then of course I carried on doing my content creation, and then we sort of almost went our separate ways for a little bit, but we carried on seeing what each other were up to, and then one day we caught up again and we were just talking about how like our careers are going, and we both said, one day I'd just love to make a production company.
Yeah,
and then we were like, well, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So we did. We formed Golden Fleece Films because we went on a random hike to start the new year. We went and climbed Mount Snowdon.
Wow.
And whilst we were on Mount Snowdon, it's a very romantic story.
I was going to say, yeah.
This is where we discussed starting up this production company, and we were staying in a little Airbnb called the Golden Fleece Inn.
Cute.
So we were like, let's call it Golden Fleece Films. And he was working with Tiny Temper at the time on a car show, and they got along really well. And after they finished this car show, Tiny said to my mate Sasha, he was like, dude, like I want to film this trailer for like a project I've got coming out. Like, do you know anyone that could put together like an ad? And he went, funny enough, I know just the guys. So the first job that we worked on was with Tiny Temper.
Yeah.
So it was a great start to it. And now like we basically, the whole reason why we wanted to form this company was, of course, social media is where everyone's advertising at the moment. TV's a little bit unsure of like what the future of that's going to look like.
Yeah.
As we all know, these companies are plowing so much money into advertising online. You've got YouTubers like Mr. Beast now, even
Wild.
people like Max Fosh and the Sidemen, and everyone's got their teams around them and they've got their own production companies like almost in-house.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, let's take sort of my online knowledge, his TV knowledge, merge the two.
Yeah.
David Brent merging moment. And that's our goal. It's like have that TV quality, but for social content, whether that's brands or influencers.
Yeah. That's fucking outrageous.
Yeah. And now this is where we are, by the way. So
I was going to say, this is where we are. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've sort of decided to step it up a bit and actually get a physical space to have the company now. So this is why we're in a very white box.
Very white box. Yeah, you did say that you were going to put some artwork, but what was it, a week ago you moved in?
A week ago.
I think you've done all right, mate.
So
You're
it's,
good.
It's fresh, yeah. We just got a bit of a light going
A
on
bit
there.
of a light, a bit of ambiance. Right now, I've got a rapid fire round for you. So I just need quick-ish answers.
But by the way, word of warning, I'm awful at this stuff. But
Okay.
as you haven't told already, I can waffle on around an
Waffle
answer.
it on.
So let me try and keep it direct and straight.
Okay, so rapid fire round. Harlow or Epping?
Epping.
Ooh. Radio or TV?
Oh, radio. Oh, that is hard. I tell you what, that is hard.
Yeah.
That is hard. TV. Radio. Let's go radio.
Radio. Ant or Deck?
Oh, now. Come on now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
You can plead the fifth with that
Oh,
one.
and Deck. And Deck.
And
Deck. They are one. They are one.
Filming in the UK or abroad?
Abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up Benidorm.
Big up Benidorm.
No, I need to go somewhere that's slightly nicer now. Hey, nothing wrong about Benidorm.
Nothing's wrong with Benners.
Well,
We
all
like it.
we've done is slag off Benidorm on this podcast. It's a great place.
This is like the anti-Benidorm podcast
I
now.
know. The tourist board of fuming.
Instagram or TikTok?
It's shifting. My opinion is
Ooh.
shifting. I'm leaning more towards Instagram nowadays.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's so unsure. TikTok is so unsure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I just knew where you stood with TikTok years ago, but now you almost get in reels. You almost get the best of the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm almost sick of TikTok shop. You know.
Yeah,
like,
I'm the same.
you're always swiping down. Someone's advertising a coffee.
I don't want an
machine.
pillow speaker that no one else can hear.
Yeah.
I don't want a coffee frother or...
No, but on Instagram, you get that slightly less, and it's almost like people have ripped off TikToks to put on Instagram Reels. So, yeah, let's go Instagram.
Okay, deal. Right, Niall, we are almost at the end, but I wanted to ask you a question that I ask everybody. The podcast is obviously called Wrapping My Head Around It. So what's one thing that you've never wrapped your head around, or something that you've wrapped your head around recently?
I don't think we talk about airplanes enough.
Okay.
London City Airport is very close to here.
Yeah.
And I can't get over that. We just walk past that every day. Like, you just see people, oh, there's an airplane. No, it shouldn't be that. Should not be an airplane that heavy just flying in the sky.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
What, in terms of the mechanics, the science?
Yeah, the science behind it. I just don't think we should fly yet.
Leave it to the birds.
Yeah, that makes more sense. You know what I mean? That doesn't. How does that happen? Don't know.
Yeah, that is wild when you think about it.
Yeah, I was going to get really deep then. It was going to become a bit more Diary of a CEO then. But I hate when I watch like a video on TikTok or Instagram and it talks about like how small the world is.
Yes.
And I really enjoy it. I'm fascinated by like the first 10 seconds of it. And then afterwards, I'm just thinking like, oh, what are we?
It's like when you see all of these people that are just like, oh yeah, you know, we shouldn't be here. We're just a speck in a Petri dish of so-and-so, so-and-so. And I'm like,
yeah,
I quite like it. I'm ready to be here.
But you think about it too much. You know, you just start off like with like your country and it's the Earth and then it's this and then there's that solar system, that solar system, and that solar system. It's just, I don't know what this is anymore.
It's too much, too much space. Niall, so finishing off, what is happening for you in 2026? What's next for you?
Potentially some more radio work.
Amazing.
And yeah, keep the tunes coming.
Keep the tunes coming. From Sandy and Darren.
That's it. No.
Niall, it's a genuine pleasure to have chatted to you. Thank you so much, mate. And
fun.
Brilliant.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Treat them mean, keep them keen.
Coming.
Keep it coming. Keep catching those flies. Oh, what a way to end it.
That's a great one.